In order to scare her timid girlfriends, the woman shook the ladder at a height of 600 meters, and her girlfriends were scared to death. Not knowing that the nails holding the ladder in place had already fallen off due to the shaking, the two of them climbed to the top and started to take photos to show off, not realizing that they were about to be trapped in the tower. Just as they were about to head back up the ladder, an accident occurred when the screws fell out of the ladder due to age and disrepair, and the girl fell. Luckily, Nia was able to grab the rope in time, or else Bailey would have fallen 100 meters in the air. In order to save Bailey up, Nia wrapped the rope around the columns and tried her best to pull Bailey frantically and stabilized her body and climbed up carefully. But then the accident happened again. Nia suddenly slipped and caused Bailey to fall again, but fortunately she used her foot to hold it in time, which prevented the tragedy from happening. As a result of the accident, Nia became more careful. Bailey also used the tension to climb up. After two people's unremitting efforts, finally Bailey safely climbed to the top of the tower. But just now the thrill of Bailey's mood cannot be calmed for a long time, although Bailey just escaped from death. But the next how to go down again became a big problem. The tower on the ladder has all fallen down. The only landing point left on the tower of the small platform where cell phone in the high altitude cannot receive a little signal. Without a cell phone to call for help, Bailey instantly fell into a panic, while Nia tried her best to comfort Bailey to calm down. At that moment, Bailey suddenly noticed the box below. They opened it and saw that there was a telescope and a flare gun. With these two things they had a better chance of being rescued. Nia picked up the binoculars and looked around, but there was no one around. At that moment, Bailey realized that their backpacks hadn't fallen, but were hanging on the small platform below, and that their supplies were also in them. As long as they got the water in the backpacks, they wouldn't die of thirst here. But Nia persuaded Bailey that there was no need to take the risk, and that they could just wait quietly for help. And Bailey had to give in, and so the two of them waited on the tower for hours. Nia looked through the binoculars to see if there was a rescue team coming, but she couldn't find anything except an old RV not far away. When Bailey heard that, he took the binoculars to check, but found that there was no one near the caravan, and the hope that the two had just sparked was dashed in an instant. Nia took out her cell phone and swiped the circle of friends to look at the circle of friends of the likes. She suddenly thought of a way, so immediately told Bailey that we do not have a signal at the top of the tower, but there must be a signal at the bottom of the tower. As long as the cell phone will be put down, we'll be able to send out a signal of distress. Currently they have a 15-meter long rope. First get a leather band to tie the phone to the rope and then weave a good message of distress. Send out and then slowly put the phone down. As long as the phone has a signal, message of distress will automatically be sent successfully. But the rope is released and still did not hear the message sent successfully. Prompt sound. In order to make the cell phone receive a signal, Nia decided to take the risk of climbing to the end of the ladder and then let go of his hands to hang himself 600 meters in the air. But even so the cell phone still did not receive a signal. The fingers in front of her eyes had slowly loosened and Nia, unable to support herself, cursed and climbed to the top of the tower, where she hurriedly pulled her cell phone up to check and saw that the message had not been sent. Just when the two were at their wits' end, Bailey suddenly realized that even if they knew there was a signal under the tower, then why didn't they just throw the phone down? As long as they kept it from being shattered, then the message could be sent out. So Nia took off her shoes and slipped the phone into them, but it still didn't protect the phone. But Bailey had his eye on Nia's underwear. Translated with Deep L. Calm, free version.